Here's reason number 4. Information exchange across the life of a project is a very complicated business. Without one consistent definition of the objects and information that we need in order to manage this process, we're going to be stuck in the same old way of doing things. The same old way of doing things means that people try and take information systems and glue them together to make enterprise-wide applications spanning the lives of projects. Well, we have some experience with this, just dealing with the timesheets and cost codes and things like this and project planning in enterprises. Whereas building management is a much more complicated business than just that. But these enterprise resource management integration efforts, 55 to 75% of them do not meet the goals that were stated in the original requirement. So it's a very complicated business. A full 31% of all efforts associated with trying to integrate business line information in a single consolidated platform are canceled before they're finished. Of those integration projects that are completed, 53% have a cost overruns double the original price of the expected work. So thinking that we can do a big integration effort and directly link software together to solve this problem has already been demonstrated in other domains not to be successful. So I hope that people don't go down this road, because we know it's going to fail. Our business is just too complicated. Here's reason number 5. This picture was taken at the Rock Island Arsenal in Rock Island, Illinois, and it's an example of a series of shelves containing operations and maintenance manuals. And I just point this particular one out because we did a little analysis about how much it cost to make all of the paper that goes into these books. Here's what we found out. The books that you saw in that picture, plus all of the other ones at Rock Island Arsenal, just the reproduction cost alone, not the cost of the binders or the shelves or the heat to run the space in which those books are located, $110,000. May not seem like a lot, but I think we're kind of used to a lot of waste in the construction industry. To try and just put this in perspective, I'd like to compare this to the average household income in the U.S. The cost of reproducing paper for a small installation for all the O&M manuals is greater than 2 times the average household income in the U.S. And again, we've grown quite callous to the amount of waste in our industry. $110,000, no big deal. But I bet if we're talking about trying to improve the productivity of our construction industry and really serious about doing something about it, then this waste needs to be made transparent so that we can aggressively stamp it out. Let me summarize the 5 reasons why you should care about building standards. The first is that the productivity of your workforce has not improved despite investments of tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars over the last 4 decades. Continuing to do the same thing you've always done is not going to solve the problem. Number 2, not every problem needs a hammer, and no single tool will solve your productivity problems, regardless of what a marketing guide tells you. Number 3, building information has to last beyond just the next generation of floppy disk or the next release of the software that you use. Number 4, people have tried to do integration efforts, vertical integration efforts in the financial field for some time. Most of these things don't work. 31% are stopped. Half of the ones that proceed cost twice as much. Why would we think that the construction industry can do something that's more complicated than just dealing with financial transactions? It's not really very realistic, is it? Number 5 is, eliminating waste should really be in everyone's best interest. It not only increases the profit of private industry, but it can significantly reduce the cost of public projects. So thanks for joining me in session number 1 of Building Standards.